Hi everyone, it's Helen. I'm back for another week of exciting science, but this week we're not doing an experiment, we're going to do some engineering. What does that mean? Engineering, have you heard of that word? Well, engineering is the design, the planning, the building or using of either an engine, a machine or a structure. Don't worry if that doesn't make sense, I'll give you some examples. Where are you sitting right now? Are you inside a building, maybe a house? Well, that's a piece of engineering. Somebody had to plan and then build it, and now you're using it. Take a look out your window. Can you see any cars? Well, they are also pieces of engineering. They're machines with engines inside, and somebody had to plan them and build them so that people like you could use them and go for a ride in them. You might have also been on a piece of engineering if you've walked over a bridge. Bridges are amazing pieces of engineering because they can get you from one side to the other without falling down. Isn't that incredible? Have you seen any famous pieces of engineering? I'm thinking of one in particular that's quite recent. Have you ever seen two big metal horses coming out the ground? Or maybe seen a picture of it? Well, there's a big sculpture in Falkirk called the Kelpies, and these are a piece of engineering, but they're also a piece of public artwork. Isn't that cool? Someone designed them and built them. Amazing. So there's plenty of different things that people have designed and built that you use or enjoy, which are pieces of engineering. Now, you all live in Scotland probably, and you're probably likely to have seen a castle before. Who's been to a castle? You might have been. I'm thinking of Bothwell Castle, which isn't too far away. Well, our engineering today, we're going to build something that they might use at castles like that a long time ago. Are you ready to find out? Today we're going to make a catapult. Now, a catapult is a machine for tossing big rocks up against other castles to try and destroy them. It's a weapon that they would use when they were fighting battles hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Let's see if we can make one in the house, but we'll not throw stones. We'll throw something a lot more tasty. So let's see what we're going to need for this fun, exciting piece of engineering you're going to make. To make your catapult, you only need 3 things. Lolly sticks. There we go. You'll need about 10. I've got the wide ones, but you can use the narrow ones. They work well too. You'll need a spoon. Plastic or wood probably works slightly better, but if you only can find a metal one, don't worry, that'll do great as well. And lastly, some elastic bands. About 5. That's all you need. We'll show you what we're going to launch shortly, but let's get started making it. The first thing to do is get your lolly sticks and put 2 aside. We'll need them in a minute. Take the rest of them and put them in a pile, and then get 2 elastic bands and wrap them around the ends so that they're secure. If you find it hard to put the elastic bands on, don't worry, just ask a grown-up to help you. There we go. Now put that down and take your other 2 lolly sticks and do the same again for them, but only at one end. Now it's secure too, but you can flip up the other side, like this. We're going to attach our spoon onto this now. So take your spoon and lie it on top, and you'll need to put elastic bands around it twice. One up at this end and one down at the base. Okay, give it a try. This bit's a little bit tricky. I'm sure you'll manage, and if not, just get some help. You want your spoon attached nice and securely so you'll get a good launch. There we go. So we've got one elastic band right up at the top where the spoon is sitting over the edge of the lolly stick, and one right down at the bottom. Perfect. And remember, it only goes round one lolly stick, so you can still pull it apart. Now, while you've got it pulled apart, take your other stack of lolly sticks and slide it between until it's right up at the end. Just like that. And believe it or not, that's you done. You've made your catapult already. Now it's time to test it out. To test our catapult, we'll need something to launch, and the place we'll launch it from is in the spoon. The spoon's got a little dip, which is perfect for something to sit in it. To start off, we're going to launch something yummy. Well, I think so anyway. A mini marshmallow. The good thing about launching this as well is it's very soft, it's light, and it'll fly without hurting anyone. So if in doubt, use the marshmallow. There we go. Are you ready? To launch, put your finger on the end of the spoon, bend it down, but hold the base of the catapult too. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Now that you've learned how to launch, you can go around with your marshmallow and do some target practice. When people were launching catapults at the walls of a castle, they had to make sure that they could get the stones onto the wall to damage it. There was no point in the stones falling short or going too far. It wouldn't achieve what they'd set out to do. So you'll need to do a bit of practice. Maybe make a target out of paper and put it on the wall and launch your marshmallow at it and try and get it in the middle. If there's more than one person in your house who's made a catapult, then why not get both of you and launch two things at once and try and have a challenge to see who can hit the target the most times accurately. Now, because this is science, you shouldn't just take my word for it that this is the best design of catapult. You want to experiment and try something different out. Why not try adding more or less lolly sticks to this big bit in the middle here? Or why don't you try adding more or less on this bit? Try different types of spoon. I didn't think a metal one would work as well because it's heavier, but maybe it will. Maybe it'll launch further. And the other thing you can do is to try different objects in here. Now, a word of warning, if you put anything heavy in here and launch it, you could do damage, especially if you're launching it near other people. So please don't launch it at anybody else, okay? One thing I've tried, and I launched it at the couch because that's nice and soft and it couldn't damage it, was a piece of Lego. Put it in and launched it. And I wanted to see whether a heavier object like the Lego would go further than the marshmallow. But please ask your mum and dad if you're allowed to do this first. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Well, I hope you had a good time building a catapult today. I hope the engineering was fun. If you were interested in it, then maybe consider more things in your life. Work out whether someone has designed and built them so that you could use them. And then maybe you want to start designing and building more things yourself too, if you're interested in engineering. Have fun with your catapult and try lots of different ways to use it. I'll be back next week with more fun science experiments. See ya!